Hello viewers, this lecture is based on the Lewis theory and I will tell you about the Lux flood theory after a video based on oxide species. Because it includes oxides and I will tell you about that very soon. So let's move on to the Lewis theory. Okay, let's have a quick hand on Lewis theory. Now keep that in mind, in Lewis theory there isn't it is same as the Bronsted-Lowry theory, but the thing is that here the lone pairs are being used. Lone pairs. Okay, here lone pairs are being used. Lone pairs, what does it mean by the lone pairs? Let me tell it first. Just suppose we do have an element which have 1, 2, 3. Just suppose that it do have 3 electrons in the valence orbit. Valence orbit doesn't mean that the total number of electrons, but it do means the electrons that are in the shell, which is the last shell of that element. Just suppose that this is, just suppose that we do have lithium. Let me tell the concept behind the valence orbit. This is a lithium. Lithium is 3, right? So valence orbit doesn't mean the 3. We know that at the K shell there are 2 electrons, and after that another shell we do have 1 electron. Now that doesn't mean that its valency, its overall concept is 3. The the duplet is filled. And it do depends on the octet. Apart from that, just suppose helium. Helium's most outermost shell. That means it's the last shell of it is the duplet, which is overall filled. Now we'll say that helium do have 1 lone pair. Lone pair is basically term for the pair. So helium do have 1 lone pair. Okay, this is the concept, but the thing is that helium has total number of 2 electrons, so it cannot give this lone pair to anyone, but the electrons, like just suppose that oxygen do have 3 lone pairs and valency of 2, so it do have valency to attach 2 hydrogens, which make up the H2O. This is how it works. Okay, let me just fastly clean this. The most of the elements do have duplet. They do have duplet filled, but octet has valency. Octet basically means the last shell having the electrons that are 8, like here in oxygen. If we talk about the total number of electrons in oxygen, there are 8, but when we try to fill the electrons, the configuration, so 2 electrons will be filled in the innermost shell, and after that 6 electrons will be left. Minus 2 is equal to 6, and then we'll fill the 6. So it do have valency of 2. This is how it works. And if we talk about the Lewis theory tells us whenever an acid, if we have an acid, it will accept the lone pair. That means the oxygen here is working as an acid. As it is here, if an atom gives a lone pair, that means that is a base. This is the simple concept of Lewis theory. Now one thing more, in Lewis theory, that thing is to be noted that it do make coordinate covalent bond. Coordinate. Like it will not give all of its electron, it will not donate the electron properly. giving it partial, but it will coordinate with that. Likewise, just suppose that we do have H and then H and then O. Now we know that in hydrogen we do have one electron, right? So here we can make one dot, okay? Now we know that the valency in oxygen is 2. It do have 3 lone pairs. Let me draw the 3 lone pairs. After that, one electron from here, one electron from here. Now how many valency it do have? It do have one valency. It means it need one electron, right? And it also need one electron. That means this oxygen will donate a lone pair. Now here you can see here in the diagram that this electron, this hydrogen, is making a proper bonding, a coordinate covalent bond. Like it will fill the outermost shell with 2 electrons, and this oxygen will share the electron. Here you can see here it is sharing the full electron. This is how this works. Now let's move on to the second theory. Let me first tell you some basics about that one too. Now keep that in mind. The third group of periodic table, they are electron deficient elements. Like here the positivity and negativity will decrease. All the elements of the third group. How many elements? Aluminium, nitrogen. Elements like that are electron deficient. They don't need electron. That means they are electron acceptor acids. Most of them create an acid. Okay, keep that in mind. That's a key point. Lewis theory have pair acceptors is acting as Lewis acid, like which do accept an electron that acts as Lewis acid. Now here is an example. Let me tell you about with that. Just suppose we do have NH3. As I told you, nitrogen is from which group? The third group, right? That means it is electron deficient. Now here it is attached with 3 hydrogens and H3, and after that it is added in HCl. Now when we'll combine it, what will be the answer? Now here this hydrogen will go there and it will make NH4, and when this hydrogen will leave the chlorine, there would be a negative sign on the chlorine. That means it will become what? It will become base. Now we know that the HCl donates an electron. That means it is also a base. And this is here acid. And then it also becomes acid. This is how the Lewis theory works. I hope that is clear to you. Let's move on to the Lux-Flood theory. Lewis theory have pair acceptors is acting as Lewis acid, like which do accept an electron that acts as Lewis acid. Now here is an example. Let me tell you about with that. Just suppose we do have NH3. As I told you, nitrogen is from which group? The third group, right? That means it is electron deficient. Now here it is attached with 3 hydrogens and H3, and after that it is added in HCl. Now when we'll combine it, what will be the answer? Now here this hydrogen will go there and it will make NH4, and when this hydrogen will leave the chlorine, there would be a negative sign on the chlorine. That means it will become what? It will become base. Now we know that the HCl donates an electron. That means it is also a base. And this is here acid. And then it also becomes acid. This is how the Lewis theory works. I hope that is clear to you. If yes, please like this video and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much and bye bye till next video.